Want to take you to breaking news right now. This is a man with a machete surrounded by LA police officers. He was not complying, and we believe that non-lethal rounds have been fired at him. Let's get more from Scott Reif in Air 7 HD. Scott?
Yeah, Mark, that is the case. And boy, they had to shoot him several times with non-lethal round to the beanbag gun before he would actually get down on the ground like that. They're still trying to get him to comply, to move his arms and get away from that machete. He did have a machete. He was swinging it in the parking lot here on Glen Oaks, just a little west of the 118 freeway in Pacoima. So it's a dicey situation. In situations like this, they want him to just get away from that machete or at least push it to the side. It was a non-lethal round that they shot him with several times. You could tell it was very painful, but at least he got down on the ground and wasn't able to hurt anyone. So hopefully be able to take him into custody here without incident. But certainly it was a scary situation for a bit for the folks in the parking lot here right off Glen Oaks and the 118. And very tense as they just want to try and get this individual homeless man initially reported in custody without incident.
Any sense of how many civilians are in the area? Any other bystanders that are still around that might be in danger from this guy?
You know, when we first pulled up on scene, LAPD was here and they had cleared the parking lot fairly quickly. So we don't know what happened before they arrived. Officer needs assistance call came out when the man with the machete confronted the police initially and was not compliant. And it's really tense in situations like this. But right now you can tell they're just trying to talk him out of the situation to get that machete away from the side of his body. You know, your screen may be, or picture may be a little better than mine. I think the machete is right next to him on the ground, so there's still some concern that if they walk up to him and try and take him into custody, he could use the machete and harm one of the officers. But as far as your initial question, we don't think anyone was injured, anyone in the parking lot, but they cleared it fairly quickly to make sure that nobody was hurt.
And as we look at this, you can tell the ones who have the non-lethal beanbag rounds on their in their weapons. Those are the ones that have the big green stock and some green around the barrel. There are others there, of course, though, who have lethal weaponry around because this is a dangerous situation, a man with a machete. So they are still using those non-lethal rounds right now to try to get him to comply. They don't want to kill this guy. They don't want to shoot him.
No.
Clearly there's some mental problems here, but you see the machete. Look, you got a really tight shot of it right there. It's still in his hand.
Yeah, it's still arguing with the officers, and it's just incredible how many times they use the non-lethal round, the beanbag, and you could tell how painful it was, and then the suspect just kept sort of walking away from officers, kept walking away. We want to pull out of this shot. We would like to not be as tight as I understand. And, you know, it's just unfortunate. You don't know what, if any, mental issues there may be there. They go quickly.
They got him.
They rushed the suspect, and now he'll be taken into custody. Hopefully get the care he needs, but, boy, that's a big machete there. You can see they pushed it away from him. So the incident is over. It must have been frightening for, you know, people in the parking lot here off Glen Oaks and the 118 when the man was wielding that machete. But it looks like without incident now he is in custody.
Wow, and as we look at this video from earlier where he was first shot with some non-lethal rounds, Scott, tell us about this parking lot. This is it a strip mall? What is located here?
Look at that.
You know, we were tight on the suspect initially, so we'll have to push in. It is a little bit of a strip mall. See if we can't see the Pacoima Plaza. It's right off of Glen Oaks at 11647 Glen Oaks, a little bit west of the 118 freeway. So we don't know how this originated, but you can tell a lot of patrons now outside in the parking lot. We don't think anyone was hurt. And you can see now, I don't know if you're on your tape or on our live shot, but the suspect is in custody.
All right, we're on both, actually, and remarkable show of restraint by the LAPD here. This is an individual who was wielding that machete and refusing their commands to drop it and move away from it, yet they managed to take him into custody without firing their lethal weapons. This comes just a couple of days after someone was shot and killed at the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza Mall by LA police officers after that man lunged at them and others with a knife.